Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe and the full line of TrekLite lockboxes. Affordable security for home or travel. Get 15% off with code SUSA15 at snapsafe.com.
Target 1, 455 yards. Impact. Target 2, 560 yards. Impact. Target number 3, 680 yards.
That's the one. Okay. Let's go back to the ranch house and talk about how to zero your scope. I bet you think it's simple, but there's more to it than you think. You've heard of the three amigos? Well, these are the three zeros, the three most commonly used zeros for the vast majority of rifle shooters for different applications. Why would you choose one over another? First, let's talk about the 200-yard zero, or more specifically the 50/200, because that is your 2 points of intersection with your line of sight. You notice I'm intersecting at 50 and I'm intersecting at 200. What does that allow you to do with a practical field rifle? Well, it allows you to shoot to your point blank range anywhere from about less than 25 out to about 225 or so. You don't have to think about interjecting any come-ups or dope on that. You can just shoot or hold dead on to your target, and you're only going to be 1.5 inches or 2 inches off, and for field expedient shooting, that's good enough. You're not going to miss a game animal doing that. The 300-yard zero, or the 25/300-yard zero, is specific to what I call hypervelocity cartridges. Cartridges that are so fast that you've got a flat trajectory that allows you to stretch your main zero out to 300, which moves this intersection point back to about 25, depending on the cartridge. Finally, the 100-yard zero is something that is generally used by everybody in the precision shooting community because close is not good enough. We want exact dope, so we're not looking at extending our point blank range of shooting. You notice my trajectory just kisses the 100-yard mark at the apex. So that's my zero, 100-yard, that's the apex of the trajectory. So now it has the advantage of simplifying things in my head. I know that all of my dope is positive. What I mean by that is I have to come up. I have to adjust up, whether I'm shooting shorter than 100 yards or after the 100-yard mark. All of my dope is positive. Now let's go out to the range and show you how to actually zero your rifle in just a couple of rounds and save a lot of money. When I've been at the range, many times I've seen people burn up as much as 50 rounds of expensive ammo trying to zero a rifle. There's no need for that. I'm going to save you some money and show you how to do this in 2 or 3 rounds. First, we're going to have the rifle bore sighted. I'm not going to go into that because there's plenty of information online to show you how to bore sight a rifle. But what bore sighting the rifle does, it actually gets you on paper. And that's what we need to know, that is we're actually on paper, first off. Then I'm going to get on target, center up on my point of aim or my intended point of impact, and I'm going to fire 1 round. I'm going to note where that round is on the paper. Unless you're really lucky, it's going to be somewhere else than where you aimed. So now that I see that hole in the target, now I'm going to grab my rear bag. Notice how I use the rear bag to aim the rifle. So I'm going to come back to my point of aim on the center of the target. Now I'm going to adjust my elevation until it's down to where the hole in the paper is. And then I'm going to adjust my windage until the reticle, the crosshair, comes right into that hole. All the time you want to be careful of keeping the rifle stable as much as possible. Now you're going to be very close. I'm going to fire another round. That should be pretty close to my center point of aim. And if I have to tweak it some more, it should be pretty easy at that point. And there you got it. You can zero your rifle in 2 or 3 rounds.
The 22 Advanced Rifle Cartridge easily outperforms all other .22 caliber cartridges in its class, producing .22 250 performance in an AR-15 platform. The .22 ARC is engineered to take full advantage of the most aerodynamic .22 caliber bullets. This means tighter groups, increased accuracy, and an exceptional shooting experience. 22 Advanced Rifle Cartridge from Hornady.
Thanks again for tuning into the Shooting USA YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed the content. A couple of notes. Make sure you take advantage of SUSA15 at snapsafe.com. That's our discount code that saves you 15% on anything from SnapSafe, and that gets to be some big money when you start talking about modular safes and vault doors. Also, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our new content. As always, a like and a comment helps us with that algorithm.